So this is the home page where this is the original photo that starts, and then you can type prompts in here, whatever you want, right? So so first I'll explain you what all is this. Basically, there's generation. This section is the generation section. The next is the photo P option. So photo P is like an application, is like a Photoshop kind of application, just that it's free. So it does basic things that Photoshop is capable of doing, and this is not even something that you have to pay with. So see, the whole thing, which is Defooocus.ai, is actually an open source, which means a unpaid free application available out there. So they have wanted to give something like Photoshop to edit your existing images. For example, you want to rub something that comes here, you want to add some text that comes here, so you can do that using this particular photopy option. They could have given Photoshop if it was free, but since they're making a free software, they're giving you a Photoshop ka free style of Photoshop of some sort, right? So if you know, I don't work with Photoshop, but if you know how to work with Photoshop, you can you can open images, whatever. Oh, you are not seeing my that wala. One second. Yeah, so you can just like open whatever image you want to. I have created a few images here and whatever, and then if you want, you can kind of like I mean, I'm not that well versed with Photoshop, but like say if you want to rub this particular section off, and if you know how to use Photoshop, you can effectively use it for your advantage. However, if you want to remove background and stuff, then for that you can go to the next section, which is REMBG. It is remove background. So how do you work with this? It's just like you drop an image here of which you want to remove a background. Let's say I use this particular image and I want to remove background. Okay, so just put this here and generate, and we should be able to see background getting removed. It takes a while. So this all is happening over the internet, and if your internet is slow or compromised, you have to wait for longer time to generate images. But again, it is worth it because this is a very good software for no price at all. Otherwise, we have things like the Fabricant and all of these existing softwares, existing application websites that are not free of to use. So yeah, it just asks for time. Yeah, so I mean, it has taken the elephant, but it has kind of removed the background and everything. So if you want, we can like uh, there's a button always to download. Every time an image is generated, you can download the image, and then you can probably take it to this section, and then you know remove whatever you want to remove, and then save it. So yeah, to increase the size of the brush. Yeah, whatever, right? So you can like remove, and then when you save it, it will be saved, and then you can work with it later, right? So that's that. So I just clicked on random generate, and it created something else for me. If I click on generate, it will create something else for me altogether, right? And online is something that it's just if it just tells you what's process going on in the background. Basically, all of these are the models that are into use. So none of our concern. I don't use it. I mean, if you can figure out how to work with it, but pretty much for my use case, I've not needed this, right? So we go to generation, and if I keep clicking on generate, it keeps clicking on something, right? So that's that. So now we can start typing prompts. So I did type some prompts to create mood boards earlier. Earlier today itself, I mean, I've been doing this for some time, but then earlier today itself, I created some mood boards, and I'd like to show you the prompt and whatever. So this is the image that got created, as a mood board, as an inspiration board. When I typed like I want a photo collage out of airport, with an inspiration of an airport, show angles, show metallic colors, show lights, airport lights, and all of those things. So it kind of gave me this, right? And you can create more of these variations by choosing different things. Like for example, I said give me a randomized abstract art out of this particular theme itself. So it gave me this. The colors and all are pretty much the same, but it's created a randomized artwork for me. Then I said I want an infographics, like where there is text and stuff like that, and all of these things I written in prompts itself. So it gave me. So I said make it like a fashion concept board with text and with images of all of this, and a fashion model showing the garments. So it created this. I did not move a finger. I just kept writing prompts, and it kept giving me these things. So from first one I had not saved. So there was one image with planes, and then second image with collage, and then I kept improving the prompts, and it kept giving me this. And something like this can be just taken forward and saved as, like, whatever, if it works for you. So it is capable of doing things like this as well, based on settings. I'll tell you how to work with the settings to get output like this. Okay, so this is the home page, and here, if whatever prompts you want to write for mood board, you can. For example, let's work with, say, Indian festival, right? I mean, that is at the top of my mind because Selvi had given that. So we'll start with writing simple prompts. Nobody becomes good at prompts in the first go. So right, let's say, like, concept board on Indian festivals. I can write a very big prompt right now, but we'll improve it one by one. Okay, so concept board on Indian festivals. Definitely there are some things that I want that I can always put, like make a picture collage, show people, okay, celebrating. We are not writing what kind of festival this, that. We can do that also, but let's do this. Yeah, so what it has given us is basically one picture and not a picture collage. So we will emphasize on that, and then we can keep improving it from here. Okay. When you give people's faces, it does not read people's faces very well, right? So all people's faces are skewed. So you have to be careful when you are trying to take people's. That's why I wanted to add and show it to you. Try not to have so many people. And if you want, you can have one or two people, and then maybe if you want so many people, let all of them not look at the camera, because then it will be like this most of the times. So AI is still not learned to take the faces very well. So yeah, the concept board on Indian festivals, make a picture collage, of 10 images, let's say. So we can keep improving from here. And you all also start typing whatever your prints, whatever your inspiration is, and whatever you want to add paisley print. I can write that because add flowers for decoration, whatever, right? You can keep improving from it. And yes, the important thing here is I don't, there are multiple settings here that you can apply. How did I get from aeroplane image? First I got aeroplane image itself when I put the prompts there, but now but I wanted an infographic, right? So now you can go to advanced. Once you click on advanced, you will come up with a lot of settings here. this is important to create exactly the kind of image you want. Here you have a few things like performance. Okay, so quality, as in, if you want a high quality image, it will take 45 steps and it will give you a very high quality image. If you want a speed, it will take 25 images steps and it will give you a little extreme speed, will be 8 steps. But all of this, so when you, what you get with speed, you reduce in quality. Okay, so either you'll get high speed or high quality, or if you want the mid of both, you can go for regular center speed. You will get around working with these settings eventually. Okay, so we generally keep it to initial. Maybe you can go with realistic and all. These are basically the AI models that are in use. So these are large language models that people have put in to make it free source, and what combinations of things work in background to create outside, you can like you can go with anime. So for anime style there will be a different kind of settings. Basically we can work with realistic initial, and you can try your own eventually in time, over time. Now I messed up with it, now it's kind of loading. So you will, I can only introduce, you'll get better as you keep trying this or practicing on this. Huh. Well, loading a different model is like asking the entire backend to change, basically. I'm regretting clicking on it now. Yeah. So once we click on advanced, you have a lot of settings here, which is performance, which is aspect ratio. So aspect ratio, you can decide which one you want. 9 by 16, 5 by 3, whatever you're trying to create for. This is number of images. So right now it's creating one image, but I can make it to up to 10, 12, how many ever images I want I can create, but I recommend highly against it. Stick to 2 or 4, because if one image takes this much time, imagine how much 32 images is gonna take. So yeah, I mean, I keep it to, and on a day when I'm feeling like I have so much time, I'm doing 4. So yeah, 2 images fine. And then there is a section for negative prompt where, let's say I did not want that umbrella or the elephant on the girl or behind the girl, right? The previous picture that I taken. So I could write a negative prompt saying that I don't want any elephants or any in the background.